Oh, yes! And, of course, with this episode complete, we're going to get moved back up to the Celsius. That's great, though. That's unlocked regular digging for me again in Chapter 5, which is exactly what I need. And there's our item reward. As I said, we get a ribbon. So, one from Bevel, one from the Thunder Plains if you calibrate all the towers, one from Angra Mainyu. In theory, you can get 3. And then in X-2 International, there is another way to get a ribbon by using Butterfingers. Remember the garment grid that you get in Makalani equipped on a Fiend? Against a very certain boss in the arena, which we'll talk about later. But Mercurial Strike as the garment grid. Let's have a quick look at that. Speaking of the arena, no, we're not going to do it right now, but I do want to let you guys know that I have actually captured both a Chocobo and a Cactuar. And given how well we seem to have gone through some of this harder content here, I'm thinking we might be a bit better against the Youth League now, too. Oh, so that cup could be done as well as the 2 bonus ones. Mercurial Strike, grid that hastens the Warrior, the Samurai, and the Berserker abilities. Now, that sounds cool from the description, but that isn't passive. So, it does take sphere changing in battles, and even with the sphere change animations off, I'm still not finding on this playthrough I'm doing it too much. So, I doubt I'll use it, but yeah, it's kind of like if you had one girl who had mastered all of those classes, that would be the garment grid for her, I suppose. I guess I'll tack this in here somewhere. Now that we've done Beaconel, let's not forget one of the main things I wanted to do before triggering the Angra Mainyu fight. And that is, when we were digging in the Central Expanse a few episodes back, we got a key, the Desert Key, one of our key items. And that allows us to open this chest right here that's been taunting us the entire time we've been at the desert. This guy lost it, if you remember. He says, I've got to find that key before Nadler lets me have it again. Well, now we have the key, so he's going to get it from Nadler because we're not going to give it to him. We're instead going to open up the chest. This gives us the Horn of Plenty garment grid. Now, this is one of the really useful garment grids for a few reasons, and mainly for us, it's so that we can earn a lot of gil, as I try and find it here somewhere on our list. Here we go. So it says grid ideal for quickly accumulating gil. Equipping it, we get nab gil as an ability, but if we go through that one gate up at the top, you get Gillionaire. Gillionaire, if you guys don't remember, it did exist in 10 as well. This doubles the amount of gil you get from the end of a battle. And so if I go back to fighting the Machina Panzer in the Fiend Arena now, you really do start to ramp up a whole lot. Like I said, the game doesn't have too much cause for you to need a lot of gil, but between episodes I am going to be using this to get us a ton more, and that will become quite clear why. And also between episodes, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch more digging for Sphere Break coins, which we'll also talk about when we get to. But there you go, that's basically everything in the desert. Farewell to Beaconel. Little note here on the save sphere, as you guys can see, I'm now 144 hours done, and our percent complete is 99%. You get a lot of percent bonuses in the Den of Woe, as well as here. Not only that, but if we have a look at our airship... This is where things get really exciting now, guys. If we have a look at our airship destination list, okay, you're going to find that every single hotspot except Bevel and Besaid is done. And, to recap, Zanarkand Ruins, episode complete. The tourists are gone, the monkeys are there now. Mount Gagazet, episode complete. Kamari and Garrick have made peace. Lee and Anade are back on the mountain. The Calmlands, episode complete. Toby's making the Calmlands the recreational spot of choice. And the bonus episode there, Clasko is also done. Bevel, the Hidden Halls of Bevel. The Kinderguardians have found a labyrinth under Bevel. Gullwings, check it out. We do technically have episode complete there, though, because the other episode, it was saying episode complete before we went to Bevel, which I think should count, by the way, for what I'm about to do. Beaconel Desert, episode complete. The desert is safe, and the Cactuars are doing great. Markalania Woods, episode complete. The woods will silently fade away, leaving only memories behind. That one's really sad. Thunder Plains, episode complete. That about wraps the concert cleanup. All these enemies attacked, and we dealt with them. Guado Salam, episode complete. We like the LeBlanc Syndicate. The Guado now live there again. Trommel is there. We got all that insane loot. The Moonflow, the show that Toby put on, was awesome, and he's made quite a name for himself. Jose, we defeated their mini Vegna gun and hopefully stopped them doing stuff. Word is apparently the Machine Faction and Rin are launching a survey of the Far Plane, which we heard about in the Mihen High Road alternate ending, which wasn't technically episode complete, but now it is, because we penned it on Riku. Mushroom Rock Road, we have episode complete because we did the Den of Woe, and We finished the Youth League stuff where they're all pretty happy now because we did the tournament. Luca, we have episode complete, but there is another trip there that I want to show you guys to do with both Blitzball and Sphere Break, which is very cool. Kilika Island was probably the easiest. We just had to view some Comsphere stuff in the previous chapter. And finally, we have Wakka's Daddy Besaid. This was the first thing we did in Chapter 5. I wanted to leave it to be one of the last things we did. Let's see what it looks like on a file where we actually did everything correctly. Some of these cutscenes are going to be like repeats of what we saw at the start of Chapter 5. You guys can feel free to skip ahead a little bit if you like. But I feel like it's been long enough since we've seen them. And this is just so feel good and makes me happy. And once we're done with this, we have episode complete everywhere in the game.
Hey!
Except the Via Inferno.
It's a boy! You want to meet him?
But hopefully that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we do! Alright, let's go on, Wakka! Man, and there was the little Comsphere on the screen there. I got really weirded out. I thought it was some kind of blue pebble or something. Our last trip to Besaid, guys. Truly, our last trip to Besaid. I mean, we could have stayed to do more Gunner's Gauntlet, but I think Gunner's Gauntlet's time has passed. Hey, Wakka. Before we head up to the temple and kick this off, though, don't let me forget something. Here in Chapter 4, in the Comspheres, if you guys remember, we saw this lady walking her dog. And the dog buried something right around here, right? Well, if you press X, as you can see here, this is where you get the Black Law. So we should now have the Black Law and the Black Tome and basically everything black magic related whatsoever. And that's your little payoff there. For what it's worth, you don't actually have to see the dog bury that in the Comsphere to be able to press X to get this. It just obviously helps you out. Reminds me a lot of an old game I used to play where there was a digging thing very similar to this. But yeah, so that's the Black Law for you guys. Another little bonus thing here in Besaid Chapter 5. He's calling us over. Everyone's going to hang out in the temple. I love how the whole village is empty. Right, like no one's even here. They're all in the temple, all gathered around because of the new blood. Hey, Lulu! You're still on my party as well? It's time for us to unlock the final class, guys. Oh, wait, did we actually have to talk to her? Damn it, guys. I'm preempting them. Hey, Lulu. Oh, the ginger hair.
Ooh, Rakulida.
He is so cute.
Look at his hands. They're so tiny.
What do you think? He's cute, yeah? Good thing he don't look like me.
Don't be silly. Look, he's got your mouth.
And your hair. Yes! How many times do we have to have this conversation, Wakka?
I think the calm will end before Wakka makes up his mind.
Well, you better decide soon.
No rushing, yeah? Naming my son is my first important decision as a parent. Becoming a good father requires intense emotional preparation, yeah?
How long are you planning on preparing?
Until, my preparations are done, yeah?
So even on this file, he still hasn't quite yet figured out what he wants the name to be. How's it going, Wakka? Becoming a good blah, 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 blah. So now what we're going to do is actually go back down to the beach, because as you remember, Becklem is due to be leaving. The game doesn't really direct you there very well, but that's basically your only requirement to get episode complete here, so let's go do it. And also, remember that I said each of the items to boost the girls' special dresspheres were probably in places special to them somehow. So Yuna's was in the Chamber of the Faith, alright? Her other one is in Besaid. This classic chest right here that we spent so long, so many times we visited, and actually earlier on we got a chocobo wing from 2 chocobo wings, and then a little bit later it helped us against one of the bosses in Chapter 3. Well, it continues to provide one of the cooler chests of the game, actually, in terms of refilling. This time, in Chapter 5, it gives us Twilight Rain. That is the second of Yuna's, and now that's all 6 of the girls' key items done. And for what it's worth, every key item in the entire game done. I've shown you them all. It's just we don't have them all on this file because one of them you have to get the Rin ending at the Mian High Road, which costs you episode complete and blah, 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 blah. Thanks, Squeenix. Hey, Becklem. So you guys will remember, hopefully, back in Chapter 4, we watched a lot of Comspheres this time to do with Becklem, and we got to know him a little bit better, all right? And because of that extra character development we've had, let's see if this scene ends so limply.
Has Wakka settled on a name for his kid?
No, not yet.
Never could make up his mind. I have something here. I'd like you to give it to him.
This is the last treasure sphere of the game, by the way.
It's a memory of a war buddy. I'd give it to him myself, but you understand.
You get the key item War Buddy sphere. All right, that's technically the last key item. My mistake.
All aboard! We'll be setting sail shortly.
See, he gets it.
See, he gets it. A War Buddy. Once again, the Blitzball goes over to him.
Sorry.
Yes! Yes, Becklem. Play Blitzball with them. Don't just walk off. He's not bad. Look at him. Oh!
Practice harder!
Look, he's a badass. Oh my god. Oh, poor keeper.
Hey.
Next time we meet, let's blitz, yeah?
Yeah. Show us that shot again sometime.
Slackers to the very end.
Oh, you can hear the smile on his face. You can hear the smile on his face. And funny enough, guys, I'm not sure if it's a new Game Plus requirement as well, but by doing that, even though the whole premise of us playing Blitzball in Luca is that the Aurochs can't play, that actually now unlocks the Aurochs for battle in Luca, in Blitzball, if you spend enough time with it. Blitzball's totally separate to the rest of the game, though. It means nothing except your own enjoyment of it. Unlike in 10, where it was integrated into a few more of the reward systems. But yeah, these guys will actually play, and you can play them at Blitzball, even though our entry as the Goldwings is because we were kind of filling in for them. Practicing the basics is important too. Also known as we never developed any other animations. I hope Wakka will calm down now that his kid's been born. Oh man, so the War Buddy sphere. Okay, so we'll give this to Wakka. I think you guys might know where this is going. Based on some of the information we've heard before. Hey Wakka. What's going on, man?
What's the matter?
I thought I'd go say goodbye to Becklem.
He's already gone.
Oh.
He gave me this sphere.
For me? Hey, let's see.
What was Wakka looking for at the start of the game? He won't quite find that, but...
Hey, Wakka, remember that time? Nah, you probably forgot. Something I told you back when we were kids, yeah? There's a sphere on the island, I said. Showing Mom and Dad. I lied. Truth is, there's no such sphere. I'm sorry.
I love the way they turn so we can see him.
Back then, you'd lecture me no matter what I did. Someone has to keep you in line, yeah? I guess I was kinda bitter. That's why I made up that story about the sphere.
If you got time to take pictures, you got time to pray.
Oh, damn.
Especially since you're joining the Crusaders.
Enough with the preaching.
Someone has to keep you in line with our parents not around.
Knock it off with the surrogate parent thing and give us both a break. I just need you to be my brother.
His brother, yeah. I don't know why he just couldn't come out and say it. Anyways, you guys stay in the village till nightfall at least, yeah?
That's so cool. So yeah, we don't. Chapu didn't look like Titus. A lot of people point that out. I like to think it's just that they can't render the faces to appear similar enough, right? Oh, and you know how everyone's always like, oh, you remind me of Chapu when we were Titus in the previous game? It's because Chapu didn't care about the praying either, and we didn't understand it as Titus. And obviously there's the funny, ironic thing that random bit of stuff there is just marking a junk. Datto here with the Gunner's Gauntlet for us, and some gear if you really want to bother with it. But now that Chapu has seen that, maybe that will help him come to a decision about his child's name. I get so crazy, weird, emotional during these scenes. I don't know why.
That night, Wakka gathered everyone in the village around the fire.
Well, you probably know why I called you all here, huh? I'd like to introduce the newest member of Besaid Village.
Oh, we already met him.
Say, you picked a name yet?
Don't tell me this is a brainstorming session.
Like I'll do something like that.
Yeah.
I chose a name. His name is Vedina.
Vedina?
Everybody take good care of him, yeah?
Yeah! Oh, yeah!
Congrats.
I always try to cram myself into some kind of mold, you know? A blitzer, or a guardian, or a follower of Yevon, and now a father. I always get so wound up about what I should be. But you know, in the end, I'm just me.
Just like Riku said.
Anyway, I can't keep coming up with new Wakkas all the time, eh? So it looks like I'll just have to start doing things my way. That's the way I'll write our story.
Hang in there, Dad.
Sin was nothing compared to diaper changing, huh?
If you say so. And there you go. By the way, Vedina, that is Albed. That's an Albed word. It's Albed for future. So that really shows like his growth has changed, you know, from the racist guy he was before to actually naming a child.
Hey, sorry it took me so long to decide on the name, Lou.
In Albed.
It's all right. I knew it would be worth the wait. I had faith.
You had faith in me?
Wakka, we're in this together. Whether you see it or not, I really do rely on you.
I would hope that that's clear.
Guess I'd better not drop the ball, yeah?
You won't.
They're in their own little world. Come on. Let's not bother them.
Oh, and then they leave. See? It's so nice. Goodbye, Besaid. Goodbye, says Yuna. Just like she did in Eternal Calm. Episode complete. Oh, yeah. Another little bit of trivia as well, by the way. Vedina's got like that little pom-pom thing on his head. I guess that's Lulu, because Lulu likes Moogles so much, and Moogles have that as well. Oh. All right, well, here we go. This is the moment. That's episode complete everywhere, guys. Onto the airship we go. And you'll hear the victory theme.
A special bonus for the gold wing.
What?
Oh, they look great on you.
What is this reward?
What would you?
Shinra, you wanted the Lady Luck dressphere.
Splendid work.
Gosh, thanks.
Hey.
What the hell is this?
Hey, why not, right?
Welcome to the Mascot dressphere. Now, the Mascot dressphere is the final dressphere of the game, and it is completely crazy overpowered. For starters, it gives auto ribbon to any fiend you equip it to, and most powerful fiend builds use the Mascot dressphere when they're equipped to it. If we have a look at our dressphere configuration now, look at that. The entire grid is filled in. Gunner, Gun Mage, Alchemist, Warrior, Samurai, Dark Knight, Berserker, Songstress, Black Mage, White Mage, Thief, Trainer, Lady Luck, Mascot, and then Festivalist and Psychic as the 2 new ones. But Mascot here, this is just like Trainer. It has different effects depending on the girl that you equip it to. Become a lethal stuffed animal. Annihilate the enemy before you die of sheer embarrassment. Shake that fluffy booty to victory. And guess what? We're going to use to carry us through the final floors of the Vio Infinito. Yep, that's right, it's Mascot. And that will be one of our tasks for next episode. Basically, there's 2 places left in the game for us to go. Number 1 is the Vio Infinito, and finish that. Number 2 is Luca, where I do want to show off. There might even be bonus episode style things, but there are some things I want to show off in Luca, as well as Fiend Arena things before we head into the far plane for our final trip. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I'm done for this session. Hopefully the video footage hasn't budged out. We're getting close to the end. I'm so excited. But first, let's uncover the final secrets of Yevon and who this Tremor fellow was and why he ran underground.